What up, fish people? Kenny E. And as you can see, lovely Danny E. And yes, the Danikins are back. Sorry we were gone for so long, but as you can see behind Miss Danny, we've been busy. And in here, as you can see, this area has been getting busy too. We're not completely done yet. I still have a whole row of tanks on this side I have to get set up, but we've got a good jump on it now. So I'll say hello to everybody that's showed up so far. Looks like the first in the night was Miss Collaboration of Curiosities, Miss Adele. Welcome, sister. House of Pisces, hello. Uncle Smiley, always good to see you, brother. Hello, Carol. Carol Cox, always great to see you. Sue Moore Guppies, good to see you. PNW Aqua, welcome. Allie Gibbs, good to see you. Cave of Wonders, Miss Sage, always a pleasure. Vibes, good to see you, sir. Richard Reynolds, good to see you. Whoop. I had my volume up on it. All right.
And
Linda
Peplin.
Worth, welcome. Is that it? Did I get them all?
No, Peplin.
Peplin Creek Aquatics, welcome, sir. Foxy's Fishes, welcome.
Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you so much. Larry D, welcome, my friend. And I think I'm at the bottom. All right. So a lot of things have been happening, one of which we're really excited about. We have a good start on this. Bam! Daniken Aquatics is now live. So we are full board live with, we're not 100% the way we want it to be yet. There's a few other things that we probably have to add, but to the most part, we got some fish on there. Danny and I will be doing a lot more plants on there. Danny's going to be getting some more caves made, so you'll be able to go and get our Daniken caves there. Also, we'll be getting shirts made, so you'll be able to buy Daniken swag on this site eventually as well. So keep in mind, it's in its infancy, but we are doing the things we need to do to get this business up and roaring, and that's what we're doing. So
slowly but surely.
The other thing we did do is, now that we know we're going to be back full time again, I did go ahead and turn on memberships. The main advantage to being a member of our channel now is that you will get discounts at our site for being a member. So it's one of the advantages to being our member. And then I do member streams, and then also occasionally I'll do different member only videos, stuff like that. I hate exclusion, so I do most of my stuff here, but I do give members a couple extra perks here and there. So those are back up. And Peplin Creek Aquatics was my first member back. So he is a member. Thank you so much, Peplin. Greatly appreciated. So a little bit about what we've been doing. All the back rooms are completely, you would not recognize them. The far Big Boy room has a total of 3 tanks in it at the moment, which those will be moving to this room by the end of the month, most likely. And then also the back, which used to be the old guppy room, way in the back there, now has about 7 tanks in it, which are all going to be moved to the next room over. We actually got that room just about done for the plecos, so we're going to start moving all. It's going to be so nice. All the plecos will be in one room, which we have been looking forward to that. So that is going to be amazing. Yeah. But everything's been going good around here. We've been getting quite a bit of breeding going on again. We've got Frontosa babies right now. We've got Judeochromis babies. Tons of super whites. We also have lots of leopard frog babies. The L157 red spot bristlenose have bred. We've got babies of those now. And then, of course, our norms, the king tigers and all of the different lines of bristlenose that we have are spawning very well. The only 2 bristlenose left to breed are my 519s and our 181s. So be looking for a lot of more cool stuff showing up on the website. We also regularly breed the banded gudgeons. So if you ever want to get into banded gudgeons, which I highly recommend, cool fish. We just had a fresh batch of those.
Super pretty.
So
And
there'll be lots
interesting
of
too.
things showing up on the website as we go. The plants we should start putting on there, I would guess, at some point next month. Danny and I need to go through an inventory because we have a bunch more tanks that we'll be setting up. So we just want to make sure we have enough for those. And then if I know for sure we're probably going to have some Java moss on the site soon. But the only problem we have with any of the mosses, they don't seem to ship as well. So we're going to figure out a way to ship it to where we don't have to worry about it not melting or doing whatever it needs to do when it gets to you all. But that's just a few things. So Danny, why don't you talk about what you got going in that bedroom of yours?
First, I got to say hello to JP Jeffries. Hello. Thank you for coming. And Stephen P. Hello. How are you doing?
What's going on, Stephen?
So behind me, as you know, many of you know, I've been working on a paludarium. And it's getting close to being a go. I still have to take this black part here and cover it with a substrate for moss and things like that. I will need to actually plant the plants that are in here. These I just kind of used for storage for the moment. They're not really planted in there yet. And the bottom portion will be a little bit of a pond. And I'm thinking I'll probably have shrimp or maybe some small least keely fish or something that stays really tiny down here in the lower section. There's not going to be a whole lot of room for fish. So I'm kind of just thinking probably maybe sticking with shrimp. Maybe it's just snails too. I don't know.
Shrimp should be fine in there, you would think.
I would think so. They're not going to need a ton of room. There'll be a lot more water volume than what they'll be swimming in because this whole bottom will be filled with water. It's just that a lot of it will be filled up with a drainage layer and then a layer of soil and stuff for the plants that I'm going to plant in here. And then there's going to be some big branches and stuff in here for the frogs to climb on. This is not the plants that are most of these are not going to be in this paludarium because my frogs are so big and so fat that they would just like stomp on these and kill them instantly. So I have to put some plants that are pretty beefy in there. So it'll look a lot different, but as you can see, I'm making a lot of progress and I'm hoping to be done with putting the soil on the background by the end of next weekend. So that's my big goal.
And
what?
Something. Well, I put a challenge on the fish fam. I want to see where old Whippy boy's at. I told them if okay, guys, Whip is at 964. So he's gained like 3. So if by the end of this stream, Whip's at the 1,000, like I had said, I will throw out some bags of blue diamond shrimp for folks. So I'm hoping we can do it tonight, guys. Can't believe he isn't already at 1,000, to be honest. But
thank you, Susan and Carol. I'm so excited about it. You guys know this is a labor of love. There is nothing else you can call this except a labor of love. It's a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of patience, but it's been very enriching to do this whole process. So it's really fun.
And then behind her, right behind her head there, what are you going to have in there?
I have a sweet, sweet little baby coming. And So I am really excited about that. I'm getting a baby panther chameleon, and it's a rainbow baby panther chameleon. And so I'm really excited about that. And I'm just, I'm over the moon about it, actually. And my dad and I are doing a lot of bonding recently. He is helping me make an enclosure for the chameleon that will be 5 feet tall, 30 inches wide, and 24 inches deep for the panther chameleon to run around in. And so I'm really excited about that. And then Ken, you can tell him what you put in there.
In the tank way behind her head there is my beautiful little girl. That is Raina. I'm not messing up.
Freya.
And Rhea, she is a leopard gecko. We went to a reptile show, and they have like it's similar to like a dog shelter, only it's for reptiles. And as I was walking by, we locked eyes. And then I went the other way and came back, and I looked over, and she was staring at me again. So then the third time, I'm like, oh, okay, damn it, I might want this gecko. Fourth time, my wife says, just go get her. Because she kept seeing me looking over. I was afraid somebody would forget it. So fourth time around, I said, the heck with it. I went and got her. She is the sweetest little gecko, though. Absolute little sweetheart. She hangs out with
Ken
me.
got her from a lizard rescue.
Yep, got her from a lizard rescue. I sure did. And let me welcome Mr. Drew from Night Owl Aquatics came in. Keith with KGE, welcome, sir. Larry D's in the house.
Bare Bottom
Brandon back. He says, hey, they're back. Yes, sir, we're back. Sorry, it's been so long. Some of these projects took a little longer than expected. Plus, Danny keeps adding to the project. I'd get one task complete, and she's like, well, don't you think it'd be better if we got windows? Then we had to wait 6 months for the freaking windows. And then I got that done. Well, don't you think we should repaint and, all this? Got them repainted. Then I was going to do it again. She goes, well, don't you think we ought to just paint the stuff black so it looks right this time? Okay, I give up.
So, our cement, our cement, what do you call those?
Cinder blocks.
What do you call the cement? Cinder blocks. Yes. So our cinder blocks that we use for the stands, I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if those were painted black and the wood that we use to set everything on, wouldn't it be nice if all of that was black? And let's make sure that the back of every fish tank is painted. And let's make sure that, but then Kenny and I, we were working on the floor in that room, and there was like this little lip. It was probably no bigger than 1/8 of an inch or max 1/4 of an inch that sticks up out of the floor. And I'm like, well, we need to grind that down flat with the rest of the floor. And then we're going to need to smooth it. And then we can paint the floor. Because we figured with fish tanks and overflows, we've both been guilty of that a time or two. And so why not just make it paint? And then that way we can just shop vac it up. If it gets a little worn looking, we can throw some more paint down. It should be a no. So anyway, Ken got my dad's angle grinder and started grinding away on this. And yes, Ken used the power tool. I could not push the buttons with my hands. I was not physically strong enough to use it. So Ken did all the work on that. And then we found what appears to be a drain in the floor that has been covered up. We're like, why is there a drain in a bedroom floor?
And I'm thinking to myself, why did you cover it up? Because that probably would have saved my bacon last Friday night.
Yes, as I said, overflows. So Ken had a incident last week with the
I
mud
suppose we'll
scooper
catch him
tank.
up with the incidents since we've been gone. I've had quite a few, but that was the most recent. I flooded the discus room, completely flooded. What happened was I had the right intentions. I saw my mud skipper was a little low on water, so I wanted to give him a little more water so he can get up into the land on the other side and whatnot. So I started filling. I'm like, okay, I got time probably to go feed everything. Got everything fed. Then my wife yelled, "The show's coming on. Are you coming or what?" She yelled down to me. So I completely thought about the show, forgot that I had turned the water on. And then I'm done watching the show and I'm coming down to
Turn off
turn the lights
lights.
off because I'd already fed everybody. And that's when I heard the infamous splashing sound. Like, oh, crap. I knew as soon as I heard it, I'm like, I forgot to turn that water off. So I go back there and it all kind of goes to the back of the room. And there was like probably 5 inches of water back there. So it was not a very good day. It took me about an hour to get that all out of here. I had to do it with a 10-gallon, 5.5 to 10-gallon shop
This is a
vac.
5-gallon shot back.
So I had to
I don't
go
even know
back
that
and
it's
forth,
that
back and
big.
forth,
It might
back
be
and
2.5 gallons.
All I know is it took a lot of them before I was finally seeing dryness. So then I did that screw up. So then last Saturday, my wife and I were headed fishing, and I try to get as much stuff in my arms and go up to put in the boat. Well, I missed the top step, and I ended up falling off the boat, and I ended up ripping my leg wide open. It's still pretty bad. It's not infected though, which is a good thing. But I did that, and then in June, right before I went on, I was getting ready to go back home. I was down, getting ready to turn on lights, but one of my fish was acting goofy, so it was the Oscar behind me actually. So I reached down to make sure she was alive. She was just pouting, and my hand was wet. I went to turn on Drogonetta's tank. Well, it's got one of those little push button deals, and when I pushed it, it grabbed me and zapped me, completely fried me where
Truly
I was shaking.
electrocuting him.
Yeah, it was frying me. Luckily, Shiva was down here. She started letting off this loud pitch. And next thing I know, I'm on the ground looking up, like, what the hell just happened? I think she freaked out, ran at me, and pushed me off the electricity, is what she did. But I laid on the ground for about 10 minutes after I did it, thinking that wasn't so smart. And now, because I was barefoot, thank you so much for re-becoming a member, Sue. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
So anyway, now I have no feeling in the bottom of my feet, and this hand still's numb. I can't get no feeling in these fingers, but I figured if that's the worst it is, then I'm pretty good for what it could have been, you know. Seville Steve, welcome to the chat. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, and then the other addition to the family that we had was a lady was trying to rehome her giant day gecko, and I've always thought they were very beautiful, and Ken knew that. So Ken went and got me, and I'm temporarily housing it in that 55 back there underneath that plant. But the reason I say that's temporary because geckos need more height than width. They need to be able to run up and down. They're arboreal. They like being high. They feel best being high. So this is a very temporary situation for that tank. So as soon as I finish this paludarium, and I have to wait a month after I get it finished because I need to seed it with the isopods and the springtails, and I need to let that and the plants establish a little bit before I introduce the frogs. But as soon as that happens, then the paludarium like this that the frogs are in right now, I will redo this to for the gecko. So we've got
So
quite
needless to
the
say, I got rid of all my
menagerie.
live bears. I got rid of all my fish, so she could become a reptilian.
Yeah, and I've been I really thought it was cool how everybody labels all their tanks with what's in it. But the people who make those identification tags charge $5 a piece for those. And I thought I could make my own. So that's what I've been doing. I made like this one for the Halloween vampire crabs and just some information. And I steal a picture off the internet. And I put it on my little identification tags. They're just for me. They're not for anybody else. They're more for like my family. But I'll put these on, I'll cut them down to size and laminate them and get them put onto each of the tanks so that everybody knows what's in each tank. And my dad has this wonderful printer that prints like fabulous photographs. So it's really cool. So I've been doing that project too. I started growing because of Freya, the leopard gecko, and because of him and my dumpy frogs. I've started isopods. So now I have bins full of isopods and my orange powder isopods are exploding. I have
And she
3
got
colonies.
crickets. She got crickets everywhere.
So yeah, I started breeding crickets and somebody's like, they stink so bad. And then I found out, well, if you use isopods and springtails in your cricket enclosure, they don't stink. So I've been growing out new crickets galore because the frogs eat the crickets like crazy. So and we were just going through a fortune going to the pet store. And I'm like, let me see if I can breed them. It's going to be a while, though, because it takes a while for them to hatch. And it took, I think, almost a month for them to hatch. And then they started hatching. And then I had thousands. And what I had done was I had just taken a little teeny Tupperware container about yay big. I filled it full of soil. I put it in the container with the crickets. They hopped into it and started laying eggs all over in it. And then all I had to do was close the container and wait a month. I had to make sure it was moist first, not wet, but just a little moist. And I would go through and moisten it, re-moisten it every once in a while. But then I had thousands of baby crickets. So that's kind of fun. But Ken's getting woken up with all the chirping in the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, it's like we're freaking in the middle of the woods, man. We got chirping going on all night. Chirp, chirp, chirp all night long.
Well, and then my dumpy frogs, every single time the male hears Ken talk, he starts croaking, wanting to have a conversation with Ken. And it's only when Ken talks. So he wants to join the conversation. But my frog loves Ken.
Yeah, it's definitely, this house is not what it was a year ago. That's for sure.
Right. All we had before were, well, we've had the axolotl for a while, and I would consider that a different critter because it's really part of the salamander family. So we've had salamanders for a while. We had the mud skipper, which Ken says, is fish. But I don't really consider it too much of a fish because it can be out of the water. But I know it is a fish. And then we had the dog, And now we've got all these other things. But it's really kind of relaxing in the evenings as I'm going through and feeding the fish. I take a break and I go feed the lizards, and then make sure that I have to special feed the pea puffers because they like bloodworms only. They're so spoiled. But it's like every single time Ken goes into the bed, he's got the crowd of little pea puffers right at the corner of the tank swimming up and down like, hey, dude, where's the food?
Yeah, we did get another Bahaka, which I'm very happy about. We got Mr. Frankie in the house now. Only this time we put him upstairs. We want him with us every day. I wish I would have done that with Chaka, but
Ken, do you
can't
know
cry
how to
over
post a
spilled milk.
link to the memberships?
What's that?
Do you know how to post a link to the memberships? Holly Gibbs is asking. Can a link be
Boy,
posted here for memberships?
let me see.
I don't know. It's
I
been so
will
long
figure
since
it
we
out.
did that.
I should have just left them on, but I didn't. I felt bad continuing to do members and take people's money if we weren't doing what we were supposed to. That's why I got rid of them. Let's see. Daniken. You know what?
What?
They don't have the. I see what people are saying. If you go from your phone, you can't get to it like you used to be able to do from the phone.
Huh? I don't
Usually
know.
there's a join button and it's not there. I wonder why they took that away from me. Maybe YouTube hasn't done everything that they're supposed to yet. So let me go over here and see if it's on YouTube, and I can do it there and then link it in here.
Okay, while you're doing that, I was going to show you guys a picture of the mom and the dad of my new rainbow panther chameleon, and you'll see why they call it a rainbow. Share screen. No. All right. So this is a picture. Come on. Hang on. There we go. Can you guys see that? Can you see that, Kenny?
See what?
Okay.
No.
Then that means you can't see it. Okay. Now can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the mom. And the moms always stay peach, pink, or purple, like a really light lavender type purple. And then this is the dad. And he looks like a rainbow. And then this is another picture of the dad when he's not all, well, he's kind of fired up, but they call fired up because their colors get brighter. But anyway, so that is my panther chameleon. Now, how do I get us back on the screen, Kenny?
Okay, hold on, Danielle. You got me doing one thing, then you got me doing others. I'm trying to get the other thing you requested me to do done, and then you keep throwing all this other.
There we go. There we go. How's that?
That works. I've never seen you look. Oh, okay, I was gonna say you don't usually like being blown up, but
I don't like being blown up. Carol Cox says, okay, I am jelly. Well, I found out about this new site and it seems to be kind of kicking off, but what's really exciting about it is people are starting to auction fish on there. It's basically an auction site and it's called Palm Street, like Palm and then Street. And it's a it's an app you can download on your phone, and then you can go on there on the things that you might be interested in buying, whether it be plants, vintage stuff. They sell all kinds of stuff on this site, but I'm particularly interested in the people who have fish. And I was watching some gorgeous OB cichlids being sold. And yes, yay, Holly found the join button.
Where was it, Holly? Because I am still trying to find it. I still haven't found it. It's my freaking channel. I guess it's been too long since I was doing them. Well, thank you so much, Holly, for becoming a member.
Somebody posted the link. So
who did?
Monster Fish Gal posted the link on how to become a member.
And this is why I love you.
We missed you.
Yes.
We missed all of you, really. It's
Definitely.
been like, I feel like I've been running the whole time.
I mean, I can't believe it. Believe it or not, it was like 9 months, almost 10 months that we were gone. I can't even believe we were gone that long. It didn't seem like it on our end.
Well, and we didn't get nearly as much accomplished as we should have.
Yes, she does, Miss Holly. She does know things. Thank you so much for becoming a member again. Greatly appreciated.
Yes, thank you.
We're not going anywhere this time, unless one of us croaks. Then then maybe.
So I don't plan on it. I'm trying to get super healthy. I've been doing the new calorie deficit type thing where I try to eat under 1,200 calories a day, and I'm doing a lot of walking. So, yep. So I'm trying to get really healthy. I'm trying to get rid of the diabetes. I am trying to really just get a lot healthier. And so that's
interesting. They were able to get that done through Fish Fam Link is where they found it.
Oh.
So Fish Fam Link must have upped their game even more than what they were before. That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Holly Gibbs said, "You would haunt me, right?" I wouldn't say do something as nefarious as haunting. Oh, but yeah, so we've got that going on. We're in the process of finishing getting rid of all of our colonies of shrimp. So those are all going to be going bye-bye, and we're just really freeing up as much tank space as we can for the plecos. And eventually we'll be getting rid of.
Shout out to Fish Fam Links. That's pretty slick that you guys got all that on there. Appreciate you guys. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciated. But I'm gonna bust you out, Danny. When Roxanne gave us the 99 cent, it was something special, and you used to have something that you used to say while that came up.
Oh, what was that? Poop poop?
Yeah. Oh, that was so entertaining the way you did it.
I was trying to remember what it was that I used to say.
It was more about
poop poop.
Poop. Yeah.
I didn't see that it had a poop emoji. I forgot to open. See, it's been a while, you guys. Please excuse me.
We'll get back to pace. We'll do our thing.
I used to have YouTube open on a separate screen, but with my personal computer, I only have one screen, and that's this screen. With my work computer, I have two screens, and they're over here. But with my personal computer, I only have the one, and I didn't have YouTube.
I'll get mine hooked up, and we'll have multiple screens down here. Or do I need to go buy? It's going to look ridiculous, all those screens.
I can't have another screen. I don't have room for it. This office is only so big. And I seem to be filling it really quickly. Oh, yeah. I forgot to tell you guys one of the things that I am so happy about is my dad has made me a stand for this paludarium that is just gorgeous. I hate to cover it up with the paludarium, but he found this, like, I want to say sealant that goes over all the stains and everything that you put on a piece of wood, but I needed it waterproofed, and he found this stuff that you have to put on while you're away from all natural light. Like, it has to be a closed room with just a light bulb, and you put this stuff on it, and once you have it, and then you kind of let it dry, and then once it's dry enough, you take it outside and you put it in the sun, and it hardens and cures into absolutely impenetrable. It's waterproof, scratch proof, everything. But it made the wood just gorgeous. And so anyway, that will be underneath this paludarium. And so he's going to duplicate that for me, but it's also on wheels. So if I need to move it out or move it around to adjust it, my dad put really nice caster wheels on it so that I can move it around. Yes, it might be the UV resin. It might be. It turned out gorgeous, Holly, like so pretty. So pretty. I can't even tell you.
That's what I have too,
Oh.
Sue. But something, I don't know what has happened, but I hooked up one of these little machines that lets me do all kinds of cool stuff. But something happened to it, and people weren't hearing us on the stream anymore. So I think something's up with that. So I got to redo that docking station, take all this extras that I put on here off, and then maybe just hook up. Although the camera on mine seems to be okay. I forgot that this is a good camera on my laptop, but Danny's got a nice HD camera. I don't know if the laptop has the HD and all that good stuff. But we're starting to get things going again. We're going to have a lot of cool things coming down the road.
And he got me the StreamYard again. So
yeah, we went back to StreamYard because she was mad because you couldn't see our Daniken Aquatics on the bottom. That made her mad. And then
it didn't make me mad. I was disappointed.
Her biggest problem was my ADD ass. She didn't like sitting next to her. My clipping,
because
my tapping, my leg moving,
he's tapping and rocking and moving, and I'm just like, stop. Oh, you're making lily candle or ring holders out of it. Oh, well, this is like something that you roll on with a roller brush. Is that the same stuff? I'll have to get the name of it from my dad, and I'll show you guys the next time. Stephen P says StreamYard got us over a barrel.
Yeah, they did. I'll give them the little shout out, Stephen. They did give me a little bit of a break, which I thought was cool. Gave me an incentive to come back. So at least it was a little less than what I originally was quoted, and I about choked. But now everything's good. We're back. We got our StreamYard. And if y'all don't know, Danny and I will be at the Clash this year. We got roped in because somebody demanded I be his best man for his wedding. So he kind of made it so we had to be there. But to be truthful, Danny and I had been wanting to go to that event. That was one of the events that we haven't hit yet that we wanted to say we did. So worked out good. We're actually quite excited about going to the Clash. That's going to be fun.
Will be fun. So I keep seeing this behind me with the plants, and I'm so used to seeing it without the plants. I only put the plants in there right before the stream. I thought, oh, I'll just put the plants, and that way people can get an idea of what this is going to look like. And just so you know, I have been filming the different steps that I've been taking and all the different little things that I've been doing in the creation of this. So I will be putting it out in one big video or two big videos. And Foxy's fishes, you know, he might not have a incident at the wedding because he didn't have one at his son's wedding. You didn't have any big incidents there, did you? No.
And I drove a tractor, Roxanne.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys see the video? His friend that trusts him let him drive the tractor. And I filmed it. We gave him a big, open, wide field. I did. I got it on film. Did you post that as a video?
Short.
A short. Yes. So there was a short. What was the title of the short? Oh, yeah. You're talking about this, Sue, the background of this? Yeah, that's cool. I loved the whole process of this. It's cork bark and black expanding foam. And then it's just carving it. But then I also put the expanding foam over a whole bunch of flower pots. And so they're built into the wall here. So, and I'll have like moss growing around them and stuff like that. So you won't really see the pots when I'm finished. And this one's just sitting on a ledge. Like I'm going to have a hole here where the water comes out and that will trickle down I have, let's see if I can move this and show you. So I have a whole bunch of little ledges for the water to trickle down into the bottom of this enclosure. So I'm hoping that'll make a nice little noise, and I'm hoping that it will be soothing. So I'm hoping. So that's my goal. I hope it all works out. Because this background too, I also used, what do you call that black foam board? Or it's not foam board, it's
cork board.
No, it's a corrugated plastic that and then I had it as a box in the middle of my enclosure, and I was going to have the waterfall in the middle. And then Ken and I were watching a video, and of course, and Ken goes, "Oh, I like the corner one better." And I went, "Really?" So
I did
the
not
next
say
day,
better. I did not say better. I said I liked it, and you
That's
assumed
what I
I liked
heard.
it better
I
than that.
heard.
I knew we
So
had a second solidarium to do, so I was thinking you could use it for that. I didn't tell you to rip everything down and start from scratch.
So I took out
Don't even
the
go
other
there.
one and made the corner piece so it goes up. And so this corner, so it kind of gives it a rounded effect. It's more squared off kind of in that corner, but I have a whole bunch of little flower pots in that corner so that I can get trailing stuff and stuff that'll grow up the sides. And so I get to have my love of terrestrial plants as well as my aquatic plants. I'm really excited about this project, and I'm getting so close to being done. I'm so excited. But yes, Ken's right. I heard one thing and he said something else. So
Yes. And we forgot to say hello to Andy when he came in. Welcome, Andy. It's good to see you, brother. But we're excited to be back. We've missed streaming. It's like a
And
part of our
talking to
week was,
you.
yeah, it just gives us a chance to wind down the weekend, get to spend some time with you guys, have some fun. I'm sure there will be many laughs to come. There always is. We're actually excited to finally be back. And like I said, you're going to see changes coming as we go. I mean, this room is already 50, it's like 75% done. I literally got one more stand, two more 135s to bring in. And then my little girl over here will finally have a nice big tank.
Monster Fish Gal says, I get to meet Kenny and Danny. Yay.
Yes, about time, huh, Lori?
Susan Moore says, I'm excited about that project too, Danny. Been having so much fun. There are so many projects.
Well, that's the other thing too. Danny claims I'm the ADD one, but she's the ADD one.
I
She
don't
has
think
many.
so.
I'd say she has like 10 projects going right now.
Well, okay, you have to know this, and I think that you guys know me well enough by now that I'm always 100% into this project, and then I get distracted. 100% into this project, 100% into this project, and then I'm like, oh, I need to go back and do this project. 100%. Then I'll get it back. I get back around to it.
I bet you we've had viewers die waiting for the update video on the Paludarium.
Oh, shush up. Seville Steve says, what percent of your tanks are now plecos, Kenny?
50.
I would say half.
50. Yeah, about half.
Half.
And we're not done yet. There's probably another 15 I plan to get over the years, but we're not doing it yet. That would be closer to retirement because they're a lot of work. Plecos, you know, some people wonder why sometimes these plecos can be so expensive. I'll tell you why. Because that guy, whoever's got them, is changing that water twice a week. I mean, they are a handful to take care of.
Times 25 tanks. That's a lot of water changing. And that's not including adding in the ones he has to do that aren't pleco tanks.
Yeah, that's just the plecos. So I'm doing 50 water changes a week just on plecos.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's worth it. I love them. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't complaining because I would not even want to picture life without my super whites or some of these other cool fish we have here. I am bummed. That's something else that happened. That's right. We did have that episode too. That was shortly after we had stopped streaming.
I think you told them about that one.
Huh?
I think you told them about that the last time we streamed.
Did we? Okay. Yeah, we lost half our super whites. I was pretty. But luckily for us, they put out 2 additional brews of them, so we don't seem to be affected. I just maybe won't have as many as I usually do, but at least they're still breeding.
Susan says, I was jealous about the tractor. I'm saving up for a new tractor, orange and shiny. That was the color of the one Ken drove, wasn't it?
Yes. I can get the brand.
Kubota. I think it was
Kubota. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Roland's actually got 3. I don't know why on earth you would have 3 tractors for that place, but he does. But I guess I found out it's because of the lawn. When it comes to the day they mow, they have literally 2 people trying to do it. I mean, Roland's place, I would love to have. I mean, it is on about, what is it, 6 acres? 3 acres?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's 6 acres. I think you're right.
But it is awesome.
It's just the right amount of property. It's not too much.
And then he's got a natural spring rolling through the whole property. And then at the one end of it, he's got a pond right now that if he took, I was trying to convince him, hey, man, I'm here. I know how to drive the track. Let's start digging that bad boy out some more. Goes, no, no, no.
Boots and Cats, hello. Overly overstocked Oscars.
That would be Miss
Overtly.
June. That's June.
June. Hi, June. Another exciting Pleco news. We
Yep.
just had a little batch of babies of the red spot Plecos that we
Red
got from
spot bristle
you.
nose, the L157s.
Yep. And so there's a bunch of little tiny babies in that tank.
We got
We're
those from
super
Miss
excited.
Jean. We're excited about those. I mean, the babies are like, the only thing that's driving me nuts, they already had a brew about about 3 months ago? 2 months ago.
About 3
And
months.
I have not seen bigger babies. So I'm really going to watch this brew. And the thing about this particular Pleco, it only gives us about 5, maybe 6 is all I've ever seen. So they have very small batches like the super whites. So
Ryan says, oh yeah, let Kenny run the tractor like nothing is going to happen. Hey, he made it around once around the field with no incidents.
and I didn't press my luck, Ryan. I made the loop and I was just like going into a pit stop, baby. Put that thing, turn it off. I'm like, cool, thanks, Roland, because I wasn't going to take any more chances. No, am I like I roll that thing into the stream or into the pond? I don't think you would have been happy with me.
All of a sudden, you see Ken on the other side of the field, and you hear "woohoo!"
Yeah, I was into it.
If he'd had a cowboy hat, he would have been twirling it.
Carol Cox says, I thought Roland had lost his mind.
Ken's pretty good at driving things like, trucks and tractors and sometimes boats.
I was distracted that day with you people. Matter of fact, Jeff Kane had said something. He was the one I was talking to at the time. And I finished up and said, okay, we got to get off. And as soon as I got done, I put the phone like this. I look up and there's the big red buoy. I didn't even have time to tell the two in the front to duck. Bam! That thing slapped the top of the
He didn't even know we'd hit the buoy. He said, what is that? Anyway, Ryan says that Roland lost his mind a long time ago. He responded to Carol, a long time ago, Carol.
Hey, you leave my buddy alone, Ryan. He's all there, man.
Overtly overstocked Oscars. As long as I'm not mad, I'm a good driver. Susan said, I was glad to see that Roland had a roll bar on that thing.
No. Y'all have
Was
no
there a
faith
roll
in
bar
me, man.
But he did good. He did good. We had fun out there. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these. Okay, so for paludariums and for blackwater tanks and everything, leaf litter is a big thing. So I saw a ton of black bamboo leaf litter underneath the bamboo trees out at Roland Kim's house. So I gathered up a whole bag of this leaf litter, and I'm going to go boil a few of these leaves and see if they release tannins. If they don't, then I'll probably just scrap the idea, except for maybe in like a paludarium or other things for that kind of leaf litter. But I was thinking, look at all this leaf litter, and it's so cool because they're thin and long, and not really long. They're about this long, but I thought that would be really cool to sell little baggies of that kind of leaf litter at Fishtoberfest. So I need to go check and see if they do, in fact, tannin the water. It'll be nice if they do. But they're very blonde looking leaves, so I don't know how much tannins they'll release. And then I got some thinner pieces of bamboo, probably about that thick, and I'm going to put them together and then cut them into short little pieces. I'm going to make little tiny shrimp hides for Fishtoberfest out of the bamboo. So
we're trying our hardest to get this place ready and operational, but for instance, the bricks take like 4 coats to get them black because they're so porous. So I don't think we'll have our house ready for Fishtoberfest this year, but next year we will definitely have, if Fishtoberfest is still a thing, we will have the Daniken house available for Fishtoberfest.
Vibes, I would totally use banana leaves in my aquariums if I had banana leaves, but I don't have them.
So thank you so much, June, for re-becoming a member. Greatly appreciated. And I made it real simple this time, guys. I didn't like those different levels. I just made it one level. Everybody's a member.
Yep. Everybody will get the same perks.
And I'm sorry, June. I know you're probably not liking the fact I don't have an Oscar this time. I've just got Pleco. If you're a member, you're called a Pleco lover now. And because of our new way we went, that behind us I will always keep it up in my fish room, but we are probably going to end up switching our logo to more of a Pleco oriented logo because it's kind of the way the rabbit hole we've went down. So
it'll probably be Plecos and other things on it. So basically right now we're Daniken Aquatics and Exotics.
Yeah, that's true.
There you go.
Stephen P says, Oscar level, 200 a month just for June. I wouldn't do that to her, Stephen.
You know what? We could have an Oscar badge for, a long-term member. We'll just have it be an Oscar badge, just top level you can ever be.
That's the
so
only
funny.
thing that I think's terrible, and I do apologize. Like, I know Peflin Creek has been a member since day one. Same thing with Jason. Same thing. June was shortly within the first year. Carol was another one. So I do apologize that you guys lost your years, but I know that's all you have to know. I know you were there. It was a Pleco cave. That's right, Sue. I'm telling you guys, they are addicting. Once you get them in your blood, it's hard to get them out. The only negative on Pleco keeping, it is a lot of water changes, a ton of water changes. And you've got to understand that there's lots of things you got to watch out for.
Well, Mr. Kenny, we are at 7 o'clock.
Well, why don't we do this, Danny? I'm off tomorrow. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. The first person that drops in the comments right now, I'm going to give away 10 shrimp. But the key is the first worst person to drop in the chat what type of shrimp I was going to give away tonight if Whip had hit his thing. Since he didn't do it, I'm still going to give away a bag tonight. So the first person to drop in the chat what the type of shrimp is, you win them.
Okay. And I can't even imagine eating a PB&J quesadilla
Nope.
if it's just
You're close, bud. There it is, Carol
quesadilla.
Cox. She got it. Blue Diamond is correct, Carol. So I will send those pretty little guys down to you. So guys, we're great. It's great to be back. It's great to see you all again. We're loving the fact that we're able to do this again. Quite frank, I didn't know if we would or not because we had so much going on. Danny, before we end, I will say Her health is on the rise, man. She has lost almost 40 pounds. Her diabetes is next to nothing now. And all of this is helping her blood cancer as well. So I'm excited. She might actually outlive me now, which is good. But we want to take the time to thank you guys all for coming out. We had 20 plus, which I can't expect any more. We've been gone for a
Thank you,
long
Lord.
time. Greatly appreciate you all coming out tonight. And look for us next week, same time, same place. So as always, love your fish. You guys have a great week. And thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us. But we're here and we're back. All those that
Thank
became
you.
members, thank you so much. You guys have a great night. And we will see you next time. Peace.